Hello everyone, this is Zanzibar Cafe with the Socialite Production. I am excited, as I say with all my many conversations, to be here at Zanzibar Cafe, Restaurant and Lounge. I'm here with the awesome, fabulous owner, Mr. Peter Boker. Introduce yourself to the people.
Hello everybody, I'm Peter and owner operator, Zanzibar Cafe.
Yes. And what is it about Zanzibar Cafe that is just such a vibe? Like, one, I think because it's Liberian, right? Where are you from?
Exactly.
So that's number one.
That's one. I think it's a combination of factors that give it a vibe.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't think there's any one thing that give it a vibe.
Mm-hmm.
You know, one, we are welcoming.
Yeah.
Two, it's great food.
Delicious food.
Also, we have great people. You know, we have great people, and the atmosphere. You know, the atmosphere is always good. You know, you have nice music, nice food.
Watch the game.
Talk crap. You know, or just sit down and relax.
And we can't forget about the signature drink. Please tell them about your signature drink.
Oh yeah, the signature drink is the ginger lemonade, made and brewed only in this restaurant.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of versions.
Yes.
But this is the ginger lemonade drink.
It will change your life.
Exactly.
And one of my signature, well, not my signature, one of their signature dishes that is an absolute favorite are the cassava fries, right? And just the other dishes that you serve, African food. Sometimes it's a fusion of American.
Yeah.
But overall, what can they expect when they come to Zanzibar Cafe?
First of all, you can expect good food. You can expect a friendly atmosphere. You can expect good interaction. A clean environment,
Yes.
you know, a place that you can feel proud to come out here, even as Liberians, you know, to bring a friend, a co-worker, or whatever it is. I think what we're trying to do is like to up the level, you know, and this is not the bar, but this is where someone can say, okay, I'm gonna do something, but I gotta do it better than Zanzibar Cafe. That's the goal. The goal is for us to be better, and the goal is to motivate others to do whatever business. It may not even be a restaurant. You know, it can be healthcare, it can be other forms of entertainment, and, you know, business, engineering, or whatever it's gonna be, but standard.
Yeah.
You know, standard. And just try to maintain a standard or to seek a standard. You may never be at a standard in the beginning, you know, some people might, but you may not. But as long as in your back of your mind, you know that, hey, I want to get somewhere more than what I am, you know, as far as business-wise. That's what we want.
Yeah, so one thing about Zanzibar Cafe, that's part of what he's describing is it's a community, right? When you come, you feel at home, you feel empowered, you feel motivated. You know, he's very humble, but he's like a mentor, he's a leader. So let's talk about that community feel, you know, and not only for the Liberian community, but how you welcome other communities to come in to experience our culture.
Yeah, thank you. For the Liberian community, this is identifiable as, you know, their place, you know. You know where to come, you know, whether it's Friday night, Saturday afternoon, Monday morning, Monday evening, you will find people come here for different reasons. And we want to make them feel welcome. We want them to have a great experience always, not just because they come here a lot, but because we appreciate their business. As for other nationalities, whether it's American or African, our job is to introduce ourselves and culture to them.
Yes.
So I have a lot of American friends that I bring around and introduce them to the food, and then the music, and then my other friends and people, and that experience for them is awesome because they love it. They have never experienced anything like that, so they keep coming back. You know, you have so many people that just want to go to Liberia, want to go to Africa just by coming here and have a conversation with guys, watching games out here, or just hanging out on a Friday night or whatever night it is. So try to do that, and also try to be part of the community. As far as right now, we're in the work of working out some charitable feeding events that we will go out into the community and feed, and we will be reaching out to people, whether customers, you know, friends, family, customers, to come on board and help, you know, give back to the community.
Service.
We will provide the products, the food, and we just need your time, you know, maybe an hour or two on the day to to come and help us. Looking at them is something for the kids, after school. Also, to have a fun at Zanzibar, where they can have a bouncy house and some popcorn, some slushies, some cotton candy, and just reward the kids for being who they are and giving them something fun to do. And we have to let the kids know and teach them that culture, And that's the only way. We can take them everywhere and Chuck E. Cheese and Disney and all that is great. But what is good is life an identity.
Yeah.
You can either be identified now or 20 years from now you'll be looking for yourself.
That's true. And what's interesting is, some people know, some don't. I'm a first generation Liberian American, so I was born here in the States to 2 immigrant parents. And what Peter is doing is the continuation of the legacy of creating an environment for culture. So it's not only for those who are of the culture, but it's of those who want to experience the culture. So I say all the time, you don't have to necessarily go to the continent to experience Liberia or Ghana or wherever. You can come to places like this and other places, but this is Zanzibar Cafe. So what are the last words you want to leave for the people?
My last word for you is, first of all, come and experience Zanzibar. And if you're so far away that you can't experience Zanzibar, then make a Zanzibar somewhere else. And when I say make a Zanzibar somewhere, make a community. A community of 2, 3, 4, 5. It can just be your household. It can be you and your friends, you and your co-workers, you and your relatives. So in Africa, we know it always takes a village to raise a child. And that is a literary saying. That's not just a saying just for it. It takes a village. And we have never been a rich society, in Africa. It's always been an oral way of doing things, And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to pass things on orally, by doing. Not just by talking, but by doing. So we ask you to commune with us and all commune with your family. And welcome to Zanzibar.
Yes. So what I love about Zanzibar, like I said, it's more than just good food. It's a community. It's a good feeling place to come to network, come to dance. We forgot to talk about the music, but just come. Lastly, what are the hours of operation?
Hours of operation, we open Monday through Saturday. From Monday through Wednesday, we are open 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. And Thursday through Saturday, we are open 11 a.m. to the African time.
Yes, and that means come and just dance, do whatever you want. But thank you guys, thank you Peter so much. I'm about to go and work on these cassava fries.
Good afternoon, everybody. I am Peter Boker, if you don't know me. The owner of Zanzibar Cafe. Today is a very special day for us. We are having a conversation with Welcoming America. A conversation based around community and service and integration, inclusion, diversity. A conversation that will not be limited to just Zanzibar Cafe, but how we, when I say we, I mean as a community of Liberians in the America, have used gatherings and locations like this for togetherness, cultural events, social gathering, and a sense of belonging. Zanzibar Cafe has been established for the past 8 years and has now evolved into more of a community than just a business setting. This environment is used for mainly, first and foremost, it's a cafe, so food. We try to integrate the community and the culture through food, especially Liberian cuisine. Some of our favorites are on the table right now. We have the cassava fries, signature for Zanzibar. It's made no other way, made like this no other places, I'm sorry. We have the vegan jollof rice and a sweet fried plantain. But this is just a minute part of what we have to offer. We have a large variety of meals, potato grain, cassava leaf, palm butter. And food is a way that we also express ourselves and tell our story And I can ask someone, what food you like? And they say palm butter. I can immediately say, oh, he's from the southeastern, Or I can ask somebody, what do you like? They say tabboulki. I can identify, oh no, he's probably from Low Farbonne County. So we also use food for that. Now, not just food, but also music, as you can get in the background. Music brings us closer to home. As an immigrant, there's no other thing more important than to feel at home, even 1,000 miles away. Because we can try our best to be inclusive and infuse ourselves into other people's culture and the society in which we live in right now. But a sense of identity comes when you can identify with your own. And that's what Zanzibar does. It gives you that sense of identity. So, welcome to Zanzibar Cafe. Come on, have an experience that you'll never forget. It's always a vibe. Thank you.
Go ahead, be seated. And then we have one person that's still on the bus. Do you have
I know you all are on limited time, so I want to give the owner of this establishment the opportunity to kind of share a little bit about the food on the table and who he is. Again, please eat, because again, I know you're all on limited time. So at this time,
I appreciate you guys coming here. It means a lot to us. You got some food on your table. A little bit of jollof rice, which is like a staple for most African countries. It's usually cooked with a lot of meat from the way we cook it. We will have beef, shrimp, and other things in it. But because I couldn't call everybody to see what's your allergy, first of all, thanks for coming again. When I heard you guys were coming and had an opportunity and I was going to have the opportunity to speak to you guys. I came to the United States about 19 years ago or so. So I came to go to school, went to school, business, did an MBA, worked in finance and stuff. Who am I? I am a businessman and a creator, problem solver. That's what I call myself. I like to create an environment for people where people can thrive and also come together. Working in corporate America was great. It was great. Interacting, learning. Always wanted to learn. Always wanted to be certain things. Dad was a banker, finance person, so I always wanted to do that. I had an opportunity to do that. But I always felt at home when I visit an environment like this. This is what I feel. For me, it's more of a community. It's a community not just for Liberians, but for people who want to experience the culture. And the way we put out the culture out here is just the environment. First and foremost, the food. Every food has some kind of history in it. And every food is identified with a different geographical part of the country. So you can have hamburger, which is my favorite, because it's from where I'm from, and we have tabboulki, people from the north, so everything is identified. So we use that as a way of experience. The music is another way that brings us closer. Africa always been a secular nation. We can be serious, but we always put a socialness to the activity, to not make it overwhelming form. So we play music and at the same time have a conversation. So people use this for all kind of occasions. Some guys, we also use it as a form of networking. People come here if I'm looking for a job or employment. Or growing up back home, moms cook, sisters cook. Some of the guys didn't cook much, but required to be in the kitchen. You're not working, but you're around, and she's like, hey, bring the seasoning, put a cup, put this here. Even though she's not teaching you to cook, or you think she's not teaching you to cook, but she is teaching you to cook. Because when the time came for me to cook, somehow I already knew how to cook. Even though I didn't know how to cook. So that part of my interest for food and cooking and stuff like that. So my passion, it will be providing an environment for people to meet, an environment for people to feed yourself, bring yourself, your whole self, not just your educational self, not just your corporate self, not just your religious self, but your culture, what you like, the way you talk. We talk with volume. Back when we talk with volume, And for my people, it's because the volume is because we live by the ocean. So you always have to speak above. Yes, above the sound, above everything. Now, other people live inland, so they will talk quiet. But if you hear people from the southeast talking, you're like, I didn't find it. You know? But you might be telling him, man, that's good food, or that's a good game, or something like that. You know? So that's the kind of environment we try to provide, that you can be yourself without being judged, respectful to everybody around you. You know, we teach people also the culture. You know, we try to educate people on the food. But most people come here like, I want to try it because I smell it from outside. I don't know what to have. Everything smells good, and I can walk with you. You know, I talk to my staff to walk with you. Like, okay, what do you like? You know, you like fish, you like chicken. And they eat the same thing. They sit there for 10, 15, 20 minutes ready and feel at home. They do it over and over because of the environment that we try to, you know, to provide for them. Giving people a place of belonging. That's what it is. You know, you want to feel belonging. What is our vision? Our vision is to replicate this atmosphere. You know, I go around a lot of different cities also where we have Liberians or other African nationality, and few places you go that they have this environment, you know, to socialize and just a place that we can commune together. And so that's the vision. The vision is to replicate this environment where people can come together, enjoy themselves and express themselves without being judged or mischaracterized. That is a vision. Made you limit on staff and stuff like that. So talking to our customer to, you know, have patience as we try to cipher the issues and also figure out ways that we can improvise and make this better for everyone. Yeah, but I know. Yeah.
Peter, I just want to tell you this before. I know we got 5 minutes. Thank you so much for this lovely, generous, hospitable event for us. I'm humbled, and I just want to say, I work for immigration for USCIS, and I started in 1989 with our agency. And the very first project I did was TPS for Liberia. And I was there in Baltimore handing out the work authorization to the Liberians. And I'm going to tell you this. I hope that your ancestors in heaven are smiling right now, so proud of who you are, what you've become, and what you have done. I just feel very touched and moved that you have given us this generosity, and you've made your ancestors very proud.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your generosity. The food was amazing. I ate all of it. The baby in my belly and I are so happy. So we appreciate the nutrition. Thank you so much. And I also want to say I really, really appreciate you sharing your story of how you started this business, how you provide jobs to the community, and not only providing jobs to the community, but a space for people to collect, to gather, to share stories and resources. And in the work that I do, I work with a lot of small business owners, and I know that is absolutely one of the most important parts of a community. So thank you for sharing your story.
To make this and keep this going
Yes,
with the generations.
Yeah, it's just one way that we try to keep the culture and stuff going is I teach the kids, they come here the weekend, they help out. My kids are young, like I said, 27 years old and a 4-year-old. So everybody has their favorite dish, you know, and trying to keep it going so that, you know, I told them, I said, you want to infuse the culture now, or else they will look for it 20 years from now. So you'd rather get it now, easily, instead of searching for it 20 years from now. This is local in almost every African country where you see fresh food from the garden. And this is not like from a farm, man, from the garden, from somebody's backyard. And they'll bring it out there, what you call petty vending, and sell food and use the money for the daily life and come back, make a little thing down the farm, sell it, and use it. Yes, so that's it. Oh, in Maryland?
I live in Baltimore.
You live in Baltimore? Yeah, we live in right here. Yeah. This is ginger, it's fresh ginger.
Thank you.
As you're glad you're here, thank you. And we hope you enjoy your time here. I know it's going to be short, but I'm sure you can take away something, whether it's the food or just the environment of the people or the conversation. Okay? And thank you very much.